I don't know if I'm posting these videos in order of when I'm filming them. This is the second video that I was talking about Emma, my photography one. How I was gonna record more. This is the second one I'm recording, and this one is about school in general. I hate school. I'm not an academic. Okay, I'm lying. I'm an academic. I'm really smart, but not on purpose. I'm not trying, and it's really hard actually. But I just manage. I just get there. I I did a science exam. My first ever science exam was biology. I literally made stuff up. I did not. I kind of knew what I was talking about. Like I knew a little bit about like pedigree, pedigree charts. That is all I know. And I just kind of made assumptions from there, and I was right. I got a high achieved, which is that's probably a B. Uh, so yeah, that's my life. I've got a smart brain. I've got a smart brain. It's just not wired for school, like the school things. It's like wired for. I don't know what it's wired for. I mean, my art. I'm very artistic. Um, I guess my brain is wired for rambling. Like my hobby is complaining. Um, so yeah, that I guess that gives you a good rundown of what I'm like at school. I cannot I just can't do it, man. It like hurts. I get headaches just from thinking. Well, not from thinking, more like having to think and then having to explain what I'm thinking. Cause there's this. I was not in the by choice, by the way. I was not in the high English class. I was in the lower one, the second one, which isn't a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I did that by choice. So basically, in New Zealand, you have NCEA, which has 3 levels, and to hold up, to pass all of NCEA, you need to get all 3 of those levels. But level 1, you need to get numeracy and literacy, or I think you can just get that whenever. You need to get numeracy and literacy, which is you need 10 credits in both of those. No, okay. That's for level 1. Level 1 you need to get 10 numeracy and 10 literacy credits. Which surprisingly, I did really good with the numeracy. By the way, I have dyslexia and dyscalculia. And I'm pretty sure dyspraxia too. Do you think you know how unlucky that is? I can't do maths, I can't do reading and writing, and I can't do sports. And I can't paint. I can't paint. Look at that. I can barely do photography with these shaky hands. The way I'm holding my phone right now is like the way I can get it to shake the least. I'm the unluckiest person in the world, man. Okay, no, I'm not. There are a lot of people more unlucky than me, and I'm grateful for the life that I have, and I'm grateful for the support systems that I have living in a first world country at a small school where the teachers care about me. I'm grateful. But I am a little unlucky. Anyways, you need 3. No. Yes, level 3. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm trying to talk about my English class. Last year, I wasn't in the super smart English class, but that wasn't a bad thing because I didn't want to be in the super smart English class. And what we had to do is these reading reports. Now, you might know what I'm talking about now. Because reading reports everyone does. But we had to basically write an essay about every book we read, and we had 6 books. And we could do it about songs and movies, but we could only do 2 about a song or a movie, or 2 about a song or a movie, 2 that are short stories, but 2 had to be books at least. And I think I did, yeah, I did like an episode of Breaking Bad and a episode of BoJack Horseman as my little movie ones. And then I did 2 short stories that my teacher gave me for my short story ones, and then I did The Hate You Give and Lolita as my books. Now, I've got, like I said before, I've got dyslexia, and I sadly cannot read past a level like, okay, I cannot read past the, like, how much a 13-year-old can read. Problem is, they wanted us reading books at that level, so like a 16, 17-year-old would read it. I can't read Harry Potter. Like I've got Harry Potter. I started reading it 2 years ago. I don't even think I'm on chapter 5 yet. I just can't do it. I can't read. If I can push through, but it hurts, so I don't want to. So yeah, I struggled a bit because we weren't supposed to be like reading books at a lower level. Like couldn't even do Harry Potter if I wanted to. So I just listened to audiobooks. Made it a lot easier, but it was really stressful. And this was only supposed to take 10 weeks. Like the whole thing was only supposed to take 10 weeks. It took me the entire year. Literally the first ever English class we had last year is when we started this. And then I finished my work on the second last English class of last year. I finished it. And that was because I realized I had been doing it wrong. I'd been taking it too literally the whole year. I have an issue with taking things too literally, okay? Because, I'd been taking the instructions way too literally, and I didn't realize I could deviate from it, and it was so restricting, and I was like, how am I supposed to talk about this stupid book? And then I realized I could just talk about the book. Like, I didn't need to follow the instructions. I don't know why the instructions were there to begin with if I didn't need to follow them, as long as I showed a good understanding of the book. And I think I had to connect it to real life issues as well. Which I did. That was the only thing I was good at. So yeah, I was a little angry about that. Okay, I was a little, oh my gosh, I could have got this done ages ago, and you just didn't tell me. And in 2 years ago, this is English 2 years ago, we had to do we had to write about like a movie, and my teacher chose The Hunger Games, except for we weren't writing about the story. We were writing about the camera work. Fun fact, The Hunger Games only has close-ups and extreme close-ups. You don't notice that about a movie until you watch it, and you're like, man, I've got to write about 3 different camera angles they used in the scene, and they only use 2 camera angles. Oh, you don't understand how frustrating that was. And my teacher was like, yeah, I kind of regret that I'm never using Hunger Games as my movie ever again. And we were like, yes, don't ever do that. We all managed to push through. We all managed. I don't remember how we did, but we did. But oh my gosh, there was tears. There was like, I'm about to cry just thinking about it, man. It's so stressful. So stressful. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to me in year not 10. 11? Rest in peace to me in year 11. It was not good. I was not surviving. Yeah. Last year, the film we had to study was... Last year, the film we had to study was... It was a lot easier, actually, because we could talk about the story and the camera stuff. It was an episode of Black Mirror. It's the one about Lacey, and like they could rate each other, and she like gets rated a 0 and gets put to prison. You know, that one. That was a lot easier, man. That's why it took so long for me to do my... Another reason it took so long to do my reading responses is I had a couple weeks where I had to do that as well. But it was mostly self-lead in that classroom, so it didn't really matter. And I didn't have to do the exam, and I didn't, because I didn't have to. Why would I? Yeah. Yeah. This is getting too long. I feel like it'll be easier to digest my videos if I only post 10-minute videos, and then I just keep talking about what I was talking about before, but with different classes.